Hey, hey, hey. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining me. Yay. Wonderful stuff. So, today we're talking about messaging and why it's important essential really, to have a clear message so that you can grow your yoga community. So, we're talking about clarity, essentially, you having clarity and why you need clarity. So, tell me before we kick things off, do you feel like you have clarity when it comes to your message and this is your marketing message, right? It's your brand message. Do you feel that you currently have clarity on this? What you're sharing with the world? Okay, because clarity is key. This message is what you're putting out there into the world, and it's what you stand for. It's your brand. So in the early stages, some of you may be in the early stages of your business, but in the early stages, it can often be a struggle to come up with a really strong message to, describe what you're offering. And if you're struggling with that, you're going to also struggle to find people, right? You're going to struggle to find new students and to grow your community. And so, it can be really hard in the beginning. It can be really hard to kind of arrive at that key message that you want to put out there into the world, and to, for that message to be simple, but also appealing. So, and it's so important because, what you're not doing is promoting what you have to offer, using the benefits of that. Using the features of that. So, you don't want to be going out there and saying, this is a meditation class and it's taking place online on this day at this time, and it's going to be this duration, right? So they are the features, right? They're the features. So you don't want to be just doing that. You need to go deeper than that. And it really requires you to understand who it is that you're serving so that you can create that message that's going to appeal to them, right? That's going to appeal to that specific person and encourage them to take action. Right? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to encourage someone to do something, whether that is to sign up to your email list or to your free online challenge, or to, pay for your monthly subscription, or for that new workshop that you're putting out there. We want to inspire people to take action, and we need to do that by getting deeper with how we are actually putting that message across, right? We're not just outlining, when it's happening, how much it is and where it's happening. We want to get deeper. So this is really what I'm talking about today, like why it's important for you to be able to do that. And so when you get clear on this message that you're sharing, everything starts to fall into place, because it's this message that connects you with the right people, out there online. It helps you to attract those people into your community. It magnetizes them to actually pay attention to what you have to say. And so that helps you to sell what what you're putting out there. It helps you to convert your community members into paying students. Okay. Not only that, if you are really consistent with your message and people are resonating with that, that's how you create these kind of super students, let's say, who, want to work with you again and again. They're going to tell their friends about you. They're going to come to this workshop. They're also going to sign up for your membership. They're going to want what you have to offer. So this is really why it's key, right? This is why it's essential that you spend time really understanding who it is you're serving, right? I always come back to this one, don't I? Who are you serving? Your niche. Like, are you clear on that? You must be clear on that. If you aren't clear on that, then I can tell you now, you're not clear on your message. You don't have clarity on your message if you don't know who you're serving. So if you're struggling with this, it's so important to do the niche work. Stop putting it off. I know that's the thing that you put off. No one wants to do it, but nothing works without it, So, when you do this work and when you really truly learn to harness the power of this message that you can share, your self-doubt disappears, right? So tell me if this is you. If you find yourself saying things like, I haven't got anything interesting to say, like maybe you're struggling with your content. I haven't got anything interesting to say, or, well, there's so much competition out there, or, oh, I've barely got any followers, or there's nothing unique about me. If you're telling yourself these things, then you really need to work on your message, right? You need to work on nailing that message and really harnessing it. And, when you do that, you get clarity, right? So we're talking about that today, clarity. So, it's key. You gain confidence and you gain students, right? Clients, 3 C's. Clarity, confidence, clients. Let's go with that. So we all want that, right? We want that. So messaging is the foundation, right? Messaging is the foundation of everything that you do. Like every piece of marketing, every piece of content, communication that you're creating, like whether it's on social media, your website, the lives that you do, anything and everything. The foundation is the message. Yeah, it's the message. That's where you can become repetitive with your message, consistent with your message. And, most people are getting this wrong, guys. Most people are getting this wrong. So, as I said, as your message becomes clearer, you will naturally start to attract your ideal students because you start to speak to them on the topics that matter most to them. Okay, so as I said, a meditation class Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. That's not speaking to them, right? That's not speaking to them on the things that really matter to them. So you really need to work on ensuring that your words are resonating and cutting through this busy online space, right? We know this. Social media is a pretty noisy space. So we need to be able to cut through that noise and really just reach the right people and, speak to their hearts and minds of our ideal students. And I touched on this already, but we're inspiring them to take action. Okay, so if we want that, if we want to get our people, right, to take some kind of action and invest their time, reading our blog or listening to the podcast or, signing up for your freebie and actually digesting that freebie and then coming into your offerings, your paid offerings, if we want people to invest their time in doing that, then we have to learn how to, convey that in a way that's going to compel them to take action. So this is why your messaging is everything, right? This is why, you must get clarity. If you want to grow your community of yoga students, ideal students, which we all do, right? We all want, that's a big goal for us. Then this is why having clarity and having a clear message is essential. If you don't do that, if you don't have this message that's going to magnetize people, you are going to get lost in that noisy space, and you're not going to be able to make money essentially because you're not going to be reaching people. They're not going to be coming into your funnel, right? They're not going to be coming into your community, into your space, getting your marketing that's going to encourage them and inspire them to take action, inspire them to see that you are the right teacher for them. So if you want to make more money, then you need to know how to do that, right? You need to know how to stand out so that you can start filling these offerings that you're putting out there. So what I say here is put yourself in your students' shoes, right? This is the first step for you. What do they want more than anything? And how can you position yourself to meet their needs? Like, what is the transformation that they're looking for? I feel like I say that sentence every week, but it's true, right? We need to know that. So, understand that we're communicating to people, right? And people are emotions based, right? Just like us. So your job really is to come up with a message that's going to, touch on their emotions, right? And not in a sleazy way, but in a way of, this is how I've also felt in my life. This is where storytelling can really come into play here. You sharing your story, because likely you've been where they are now. And so you even sharing your story is going to allow you to touch on the things that really matter most to them, okay? To touch on the problems that they're experiencing in their life, to talk about, the desires that they have, the results that they're looking for, and that process from A to B. And so that's really where you're weaving your messaging in. And so, as I said before, we're not describing features, Wednesday, 6 p.m. online. We're not doing that because that doesn't get people excited. It's hard to relate to that, to that kind of message. But it's easier, much easier to relate to, a message that's going to talk to the emotional aspect, the problems and the desires. Essentially, we want to be talking to people's desires and where they see themselves, what they're trying to achieve, like what is the result they're looking for, the outcome, the transformation that you can help them with, right? You can help them to move them along that journey. What I want to do now is just give you a few little prompts. So if you've got a pen and paper, just a few little questions to ask yourself to help you with this, if this is something you've been struggling with, but to help you to really clarify your message. So first of all, what do you do, right? What is it that you do? And what makes you different, right? And how you do your thing that you are, that you have expertise in, what makes you different? Like, why are you brilliant at what you do? Okay, because you must believe in what you have to offer, be 100% sold in you. So what makes you brilliant and unique at what you do? Ask yourself, why do you do what you do? Why does it matter? Why do you do what you do? Yeah, why are you building this business, guys? Why? What is the problem that you want to solve, and who are you solving it for? Right? So who are your ideal students? Who are they? And what is the problem that you want to solve, or they want to solve? What is the problem that they want to solve? What is the problem that you can help them solve? And then also, what is the desire, right? What is the desire? The result that they're looking for? What is the transformation that they're looking for? So there's some questions there just to really look at, just sit down, spend some time, put some time aside and just start to go through those things, coming up, journaling there, coming up with some paragraphs on each of these things, because this is about getting real clarity, about around who you're serving and why. Right? Who you're serving and why. And as I said, when you have that clarity, your marketing, the copy that you write, it can all reflect that, it can reflect that across the board. And, the key really is consistency. Yeah, to always ensure that everything that you're putting out there, no matter what it is ultimately coming back to that same message. And you say it in different ways, and you share it in different ways, through education, through storytelling, through, sharing the stories of your students, the success stories, your own story. Stories are a great way to do that, but through educational content. And use every opportunity to do that for as long as it takes, because as I said, consistency is key. You know, it's going to take time when people come into your space, whether they've, discovered you on social media or through a partner that you're working with. But when people come into your space, it's going to take time for them to truly understand, what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. Okay? So I say this quite often, but you want to sound like a broken record. You want to feel like you sound like a broken record. Repetition of that message across all of your channels. And when you do that, people are going to understand. They're going to soon understand what it is you do, how you can help them, and why you are the best teacher for them. Okay? So there you go. Okay, so that's what I'm sharing with you guys today. I hope that you've taken away something there and it's given you some actions, those questions that I shared, to really sit down and start to work on this and to understand why this is essential, why you need to do this work. Okay? Yeah, I know lots of you have been struggling with this, so I get it. And honestly, it's one of the key things that you will struggle with in the beginning. This is why it's important to do that work. And if you haven't done this work, guys, come into Yogipreneur Launchpad. We have the first module in Yogipreneur Launchpad is all about niching and really getting clarity on your ideal student, your message, all of that. We cover it right at the beginning of the program because as I said, it's a foundation. So you can come into that program today. You can get started today. It's 16 weeks of live Q&A support. It's yogipreneurlaunchpad.com is the URL. Go and check it out. Wonderful stuff. And we have our waitlist is open for our gratitude gifts that are launching next week. So this is essentially our Black Friday sale. We have a wait list, so go and get yourself on that wait list. We've got some fantastic offers that we're going to be providing to you guys next week as a thank you for being here and being part of this global community. Okay, so thank you so much for being here with me, everybody. Wonderful stuff. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. You can send me a message on Instagram or in Facebook, and see you guys next week. I'll be back in Bali next week. Mwah. See you soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.